You know, there are empires in this world built on steel, oil, and power, and then there's Volkswagen. One name, but a universe of legends. We're talking about a group that owns Audi, Lamborghini, Bentley, Porsche, Skoda, Seat, and more. Every year, over 9 million cars roll out under their banner. That's like selling a brand new car every 3.5 seconds. In Europe, they've been the undisputed king for decades. In China, the world's biggest auto market, they've been fighting tooth and nail for the crown. And now, in the era of electric cars, they're staring down the toughest rivals they've ever faced. Tesla, BYD, NIO, giants of a new age. So here's the big question. Can a century-old titan, born in the ashes of war, survive and dominate in the silent battlefield of electric motors and lithium batteries? Or is this the beginning of the end? That is what we're about to uncover in today's episode. To understand Volkswagen's war today, you have to go back, way back. Founded in 1937 in pre-war Germany, the company's original mission was simple: create the people's car. Affordable. Reliable. A car that anyone could own. And that car was the Beetle. The Beetle didn't just become a hit, it became a global cultural icon. Over 21 million sold. That's not just success, that's immortality on wheels. Fast forward to the late 20th century. Volkswagen wasn't just making cars anymore. They were building an empire. Audi brought the luxury tech. Lamborghini and Bentley brought the prestige. Porsche, the soul of speed. They didn't just sell vehicles, they sold dreams. By the 2000s, Volkswagen Group was competing head-to-head with Toyota for the title of the biggest automaker on the planet. And for a while, they had it. But then the world changed. The roar of the combustion engine was slowly replaced by the whisper of electric motors, and the disruptors appeared. Tesla, with its Silicon Valley swagger, redefining what a car could be. BYD, backed by Warren Buffett himself, rising out of China with an insane scale of production. NIO, smaller but deadly, armed with cutting-edge battery swap tech and a fan base that treats the brand like a religion. Suddenly, Volkswagen's dominance was under threat. They weren't facing just car makers anymore, they were facing tech companies that thought like Apple and moved like startups. And here's the twist: Volkswagen wasn't ready. When Tesla launched the Model 3 in 2017, Volkswagen's electric lineup was almost non-existent. But giants don't die quietly. Volkswagen unleashed Project Trinity and the ID series, the ID3, ID4, and more. They poured tens of billions into EV R&D. They built battery plants. They forged partnerships in China. They promised the world they'd beat Tesla at its own game. In 2021, they even sold more EVs in Europe than Tesla. For a moment, it looked like the tide was turning. But BYD was coming. And BYD didn't just make cars. They made their own batteries, their own chips, their own everything. They were faster, cheaper, and hungrier. By 2023, BYD overtook Tesla in total EV sales worldwide. And Volkswagen? Still strong, but fighting a war on multiple fronts. Here's the current picture. Tesla dominates the premium EV space. BYD owns the affordable mass market. NIO is pushing boundaries with battery swapping and AI integration. Volkswagen is caught in the middle. They have brand power, history, and a global network, but they're fighting companies that were born electric. It's like bringing a sword to a laser fight. But don't count them out yet. Volkswagen has cash, infrastructure, and something Tesla and BYD don't have: a century of manufacturing mastery. If they can crack battery tech, cut costs, and speed up production, this war isn't over. So, will Volkswagen reclaim the throne? They're betting on software-driven cars, autonomous tech, and a flood of new electric models by 2030. They've set a target: half of all sales electric by 2030, fully electric in Europe by 2033. If they pull it off, they could become the undisputed king of the EV era. But here's the truth. In this new battlefield, speed kills. And for Volkswagen, every year they lag behind is a year Tesla and BYD grow stronger. So, is Volkswagen about to pull off the greatest comeback in automotive history? Or will they be remembered as the last great giant of the gasoline age? Only time will tell, and when it does, we'll be here to tell the story. And here we are. After seeing how Volkswagen stormed into the electric war with full force, I gotta tell you, my personal take. Right now, we're living through a historic moment in the car industry. A moment that future generations might study in history books, the same way we study the birth of the Ford Model T, or the Japanese Revolution led by Toyota back in the 70s. Volkswagen, in my eyes, is not just some European company trying to catch up. No. We're talking about an industrial giant with over 80 years of experience, a network of factories and R&amp. D-centers on every single continent, and the financial muscle to pour billions into battery tech and software development. Volkswagen has one undeniable strength: the ability to mass-produce at insane volumes, with consistent quality and a crazy variety of brands. From affordable Volkswagen models all the way up to Porsche, even Lamborghini. That means they can play on every level. From the customer who just wants the cheapest EV possible, to the one hunting for the fastest, most luxurious car in the world. But then you've got Tesla. And Tesla is a story you can't ignore. Elon Musk pulled off what the old-school automakers thought was impossible. In such a short time, he built a global brand, one that's more about software than steel, more about over-the-air updates than wrenches and gears. Tesla isn't just selling cars. Tesla is selling an idea, a lifestyle, a vision for the future. And the problem for the competition is that it makes Tesla look like they're always one step ahead, even if others are starting to match them in numbers. And here comes BYD, the Chinese dragon that rose from under the radar, and today is the largest electric car maker in the world by sheer volume. BYD isn't playing the luxury branding game. They're not trying to wow you with crazy expensive tech. They're basically saying, we're putting an electric car in the hands of everyone. And honestly, that's the most dangerous kind of competition, because they're not selling a dream. They're selling reality. So, who's going to win? The truth is, this isn't a 1-year or 2-year battle. This is a generational war. Volkswagen has all the tools. Tesla's got the lead and the innovation. Speed has the numbers and a massive home market. And I believe the winner won't just be the one with the fastest car or the longest battery range. It'll be the one who can blend cutting-edge tech with the right price, build a charging network that spans the entire globe, and earn the trust of customers on every continent. I see a future where there's no single champion, but alliances, mergers, and massive shakeups. We might see Volkswagen buying up Chinese battery companies. We might see Tesla partnering with governments to build factories. We might see BYD storming into the U.S. market for the very first time. And in the middle of all this chaos, the biggest winner is us, the consumers. Because this competition will drive prices down, push technology forward faster, and make cars smarter, more efficient, and cheaper. But remember, as some companies rise, legends will fall. And the question that keeps haunting me is this: when the dust finally settles, who's still going to be standing? And that bias is exactly what we're going to witness together in the years to come.